In July, I traveled to Houston to attend a conference with March for Our Lives, and the first event that they had there was all about storytelling and relationship building. And the purpose for doing that, and particularly for doing it first, was because they wanted to stress the importance of being able to acknowledge your story for yourself and be able to verbally communicate that with other people in order to build relationships with a team. And so the two most important points that they told us was that you have to find a way to make your audience see your perspective. So let them in, tell them how you viewed or how you view the way you experience things, and then after every story leave them on a moment of hope and how that moment got you to where you are today.
So can you tell us your story?
My family grew up in Newtown, Connecticut for multiple generations, and my immediate family moved one town over a year and 2 days before the Sandy Hook shooting. And it became very difficult to reconcile my feelings about this whole event, especially when I got to college, because everybody wanted to know where I was from and where I grew up. And I never liked saying just Reading because it felt like I wasn't acknowledging this huge experience that has shaped how I live my life. But also saying Newtown felt really, really disingenuous. So I just started to give more and more vague answers about where I was from, even though I knew in my heart Newtown always felt more like home to me. And eventually I started to tell people, oh, actually, I grew up in Newtown, and then it was almost like I was radioactive. People labeled me instantly as the girl from Newtown, and that's why I was seeing people who never even had a conversation with me suddenly somehow knew where I grew up and were making judgments about me or about my life based on that, in that little piece of information. And it wasn't until I started working with March for Our Lives and with this other woman, Olivia, in my class, that I learned saying that I grew up in Newtown and currently live in Reading isn't something to be ashamed of, because I know there's more to the Newtown community than just the Sandy Hook shooting, and that there's more to me than just where I grew up. So I'm allowing people to see the identity that I show them, not the one that they assume about me.